Hello and welcome to Law and Order SVU here on FANVERSATION. I am Yael Tygiel. That's Taylor Gates. This is season 26, episode 8, Cornered. Before we jump into this episode, if you are in a situation, I guess not like this episode, if you were assaulted or need help, please reach out to RAINN. Their number is 1-800-656-4673, 1-800-656-4673. 4673 spells hope. I took it from you. Also, if you are, I guess, held up in a convenience store, call 911.
On your Apple Watch.
Yeah, if you have an Apple Watch, call 911. I assume you can make emergency calls on those.
They were making emergency calls all over the place on hers.
All right. Before we jump into this episode, SVU deals with serious issues. This episode had some serious issues. We on the S Review podcast are not serious people. That's not true. I get very serious when I get on my lectures about kinks and about consent and about body positivity and things like that. So we do take something seriously, but not fictional television. We have people live in our chat. Hello. Hi, Alexa. Hi, Deanna. Happy holidays. That's right. We have been celebrating the 7 days of SVU. And this is it. This is the end because we're all caught up.
What a journey it's been.
It has been a journey. Before I ask you your thoughts, because I still don't know what you thought of this episode, here's the quick cap. Carisi tries to protect 2 women taken hostage in a tense standoff between police and a violent thief. Benson and Rollins devise a risky plan to get everyone to safety. Sure. Taylor, what did you think of this episode?
Guess, actually. I want you to guess because you don't know.
I have no idea. I think you did not like it.
No, that's a lie. I liked it. I love a hostage episode, though. I'm a sucker for a hostage situation, so...
I know you are, but it was Carisi.
I know, but he kind of ate with a couple of things. Like, he kind of was a little bit smart at times, and then he was not smart at other times, but I don't know. I think they did a pretty good job building the suspense of it, and they did tie in SVU to it, I will say, in a way that disturbed the fuck out of me. So I was like, damn. The end I could do without because I know where we're going based on some of the stuff we've seen about the next episode, pictures and stuff. I don't care. I don't know
where we're going.
What?
I have no idea where we're going.
Well, there were just pictures released of like a releasey family dinner. I don't give a shit. Okay. I don't give a shit. I don't want to see him heal from this. Like, or do it, but do it off screen. I don't care.
Okay.
But seeing him in this situation, I was like, okay, like I'm kind of digging it because he was doing some interesting choices. And like I said, I just love hostage. Like, they're so interesting to me. I love it. I was like, we've seen it before, but I'll see it again. Okay.
I will say, I don't think I realized that I like hostage situation episodes as well, because I'm always thinking, like, what was the plan? And I appreciate that Deontay was like, there was no plan, because there was no plan. There was no way out. And every time on any TV show, when there's a hostage situation and they're like, I want a ride to the airport and a plane to wherever and blah, blah, blah. When somebody tell me, has that ever worked or happened, right? Has that ever happened where they got even to the airport part, other than in like big budget movies? Have they ever gotten on the plane, right? Has the plane ever taken off, or the helicopter, or whatever they ask for? I believe that I've never seen that happen in real life. Like, I don't think that is a viable solution, and yet everyone asks for it.
It would be stupid because, like, you're suddenly opening yourself up to be so, like, vulnerable outside the walls of wherever you're holding people. So, like, even if you got on the plane, like, you're being detained on the plane. Like, there's just no way you're gonna get anywhere.
Right. if you're holding, not that I'm telling everyone how to hold people hostage, but like the safest place to be is inside where you're holding them, because right, the cops are afraid to breach because they don't want to hurt people, and at least like they knew to use the hostages as like shields, right?
Yeah, they were kind of good at it. They didn't have a plan, but I was like, they're not bad.
Were they? Because they also
listen, they're better than I would be at it.
All right. If you're live in our chat, tell us, do you think they were good at good thieves?
I don't think they were
good
the
at
best
thievery?
ever, but they made it go on for a while, and they like knew how to do certain stuff. So
yeah, but okay, let's say so they got the money, right? They got the money, the wallets, the phones. Then what, right? Like something people always forget, like when they're planning a bank heist or whatever, is an exit plan. Like everyone figures out how to get in. People don't often figure out how to get out.
It wasn't supposed to turn into this though, as I said.
Right, but their plan was to come in and take ATM's money, cash, right? And then just leave? You think you could just walk out?
Yeah. If there's no police outside.
They were 2 blocks from the police.
Yeah, that was a little silly, but I'd have been like, okay, take it, bye. Like, I don't know. And then I'd call the cops later, but at the moment, sure, you could get away.
Ugh. All right. I definitely was like so annoyed that they were stupid. Yeah. Let's talk about the different people that were being held there. I liked Ali, our store owner.
So sad. I'm so sad.
Such a bummer. Yeah. Alexa in the chat says, cool bottle episode. Carisi kind of annoyed me, but it was believable from him. That is true. That is a very fair point. I also was like, fuck, he is annoying. And these guys are like, you are annoying, but it also is so on brand. It was very in character.
And he kind of was, I mean, I don't know, he was a little bit smart. Like he trying to get Deontay to like turn, I thought was pretty smart.
I agree. How do you feel about the end when Deontay was like, you lied to me?
That was fucked up. Like, that was kind of messed up because, I don't know, he really did save your life.
Right.
Give him a chance. And, like, clearly, like, he shouldn't have gone along with it, but he was not the mastermind.
Right.
He was very much being manipulated a bit, too.
Yes. I feel like, especially like as Carisi learned what was happening and who they were, and they're like, and then as we learned that they were cellmates and like, Boyd protected him or whatever. It surprised me that Carisi wouldn't still like, not just, I don't know. I feel like he should have been a little bit more compassionate.
Yeah, he like completely
he was like, fuck you to the kid.
Yeah, but he was also so out of it. That man was not there at the diner.
Yes. What was I? And Rollins is keeping his kids from him.
I don't blame her. I kind of don't blame her.
Okay. While I understand why she is behaving this way and choosing to protect the kids from him, do you remember that time she pulled a gun?
That's what I'm saying, though. That's exactly why I think that it was smart, because she knows how that can seep in and be not good. And she's like, no, we're not doing that again with you, actually.
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought Amanda was like pretty reasonable this episode in a lot of ways.
I think the fact that her mother is babysitting really bothers me.
No, that's real. Because like, what?
Like, I understand that they like their families are there to help and whatever, but I remember her mother.
Awful. The worst.
Her mother is terrible.
Worst. Why is it Kim babysitting?
I mean, knowing the mother, the Kim is there and probably high.
Hell yeah. Bring back Kim.
Oh man. You're right, this was a fun episode. Now that the more I think about it, the more I liked it.
I liked it.
I took very little notes because I was so invested
Yeah.
in trying to find out what was happening. I will say Carisi being friends with the defense attorney was such a surprise.
I thought that was fun.
I liked it, but I was surprised that they were like on good enough terms that she was like, "Don't forget to sign your assistant's birthday card." Like, really?
He was like, "What?"
Alexa asks, "Kim didn't go to jail?" No, Kim, I believe, is out.
I literally thought Kim was dead for a second. I don't know if that's true or not.
No. Kim didn't die.
Okay. Well,
I don't think Kim is in jail, and if she was in jail, she's definitely out by now. Because she was out and she's on medication for bipolar disorder. I think was the last time we saw her.
is Simon dead?
Simon Liv's brother?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, he tied us into a whole storyline with organized crime.
Deadass don't remember who's dead and not.
He randomly had a drug addiction that came out of nowhere, remember?
I do remember that.
Yeah, that killed him.
Okay. Got it.
All right, let's talk about some actor shout outs because this had some amazing performances. So Boyd, this is so important, everybody. Boyd was played by Silas Weir Mitchell, who is most well known from Grimm. He is such a sweetheart. I can say that personally. I know that he's such a nice guy, but he was also in a previous episode. He was in season 10, episode 21, Liberties, in a very small role where he gets arrested after getting like beat up because he broke into this woman's home for a rape fantasy scenario. And then we find out that she did not send him this request.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, yep.
So he's just the like inciting incident of this episode in season 10. So shout outs for him. Oh no. Okay, so Deontay's played by, I'm so sorry, Keith Macheka Nyanga. There we go. Yep, I read it phonetically, and I'm so sorry if I mispronounced it. Really fantastic performance. This is his first SVU episode, but a really great performance because you definitely feel everything for this character, right? Like he is first like, I'm just here to steal the money. I'm going along with this. And then you see his evolution through the episode. Really great performance.
Agreed.
Okay. Ali, our beloved R.I.P. Ali. So sad. Turin Troy Kalak is the actor's name. The two girls, Elizabeth was played by Tori Khalil, and Tess was played by Paige Herschel, or Herschel. When she screams,
I was like, what?
I cried. I cried.
Yeah. That was really good and surprising. The show doesn't give us moments like that very much. Like I thought they were gonna take it that like she had some wound on her back, you know what I mean? Some direction, but the fact that it was just a release, I was like, damn.
Yes. In 26 seasons, I have cried twice.
Yeah.
This is one. Was when she screamed, and the other is the end of what is Patricia Arquette's episode? Dreams Deferred.
Dreams Deferred. So good.
Those are the two times I have cried watching SVU.
Yeah. Yeah.
Amazing. Okay. Two more shout outs that I really want to do. the the defense attorney at the beginning that turns out is his friend that we've seen all season long. We've seen her before. Erin Anderson is the actress who plays counselor April Andrews. And then this is the important one, Clancy, whose birthday it was. Clancy is played by Samantha Nixon. And I was like, have we ever met her before? And the answer is yes. She was in the second episode of this season as Clancy. So they at least tied her in.
Clancy's needed a new mug. Who needs a new mug? Sorry.
I mean, I love new mugs, but I
yeah,
don't
but
need
do you
them.
ever need one?
I never need a new mug.
That's why I was like, that's weird behavior, but okay. I needed it. No, you didn't. You have 8,000 of them. Everyone does.
Just attend any event.
Yeah, I was shocked by that. That was a horrifying line, but okay.
Okay. When Carisi's having his breakdown after Ali dies, I understand that a man died. I understand that Carisi witnessed it. I understand that this was someone that Carisi knew. I get that. But at that same moment, a woman was being raped.
Yeah. I will say, though, it's kind of like the moment that we saw a couple episodes ago where the people were being robbed and the husband was like, what do you do? You know, like, literally, what do you do in that situation? Because they have guns. Like, you can't, like, he did everything he could to try to stop that. You know what I mean? What did he do?
I don't think he did. Not that I am blaming anyone. I just don't think he did everything he could have done. He could have delayed. I mean, like, tried, you know, reminding Deontay that, like viciously explaining, you know, if this girl is raped in this moment, you are an accessory to rape. It is essentially as though you raped her. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
Deontay was, I don't know. I just feel like Carisi of all people could have done more.
I don't know. I feel like
should have tried to do, but I just felt like he didn't.
I feel like for like episode timing's sake, like they showed us enough that I was like, he's exhausted his options, you know?
But then he's wandering around in his emotions about a dead man, which I understand. A man died.
But what is he gonna bust in there and then get shot?
I don't know. Convince Deontay to interrupt it, to stop it, to do something.
I don't know.
I just felt like while it was occurring in the back, 3 people were free to roam around the area.
Yeah. I just feel like it was like a helpless situation.
Totally.
Like, Deontay wasn't gonna do anything yet. I mean, he's the only one with any kind of real power, in my opinion. So yeah, I understand. Like, maybe Chris could have tried, but like, I feel like he said everything he kind of could have said.
I disagree. It was upsetting to watch.
It was very upsetting to watch, but I think that's why it was like almost effective, because I'm just like, damn, they're in a no-win situation.
Which is, again, like, I think why I enjoy watching a hostage episode is because you always get into, the hostage takers always get into a situation where I go, what are you going to do now? Like,
there's no winning.
Yeah.
There's no winning.
Totally.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the idea of exchanging Carisi for Benson.
That was dumb as hell, but
it was stupid on all sides.
Yes.
But I do
push your ass back.
I do appreciate Carisi being like, you're not my boss.
It's also like, Olivia doesn't have a relationship with Deontay. Like, Carisi knows that he's like building that and is gonna try and really act on that in the perfect moment. So this is just gonna mess everything up. She hasn't built any of that yet.
Right. Totally. I honestly, when Carisi hit Boyd, took him down and fought for the gun, and then Boyd
reached for the gun.
I thought in that fight that Deontay would take down Boyd. Like, I didn't think it would get to the point where Boyd would then put a gun to Carisi's head, which then would make Deontay jump in. Like, I thought he would have jumped in early, because at that point, like, he's fucked. But it seemed that it took Boyd explaining we're fucked for Deontay to be like, oh, in that case, I'm shooting you.
Yeah, I did like that, like the little twisty twist.
But Carisi lied. He lied so bad. That said, I will say the information that he provided Deontay, right? Like, even though Carisi is not going to help him, he now knows that he can argue defense, which he does.
Yeah.
And he at least can, you know, try to get some sort of deal. Not
well,
that, like,
I even liked his knowledge about, like, where can we go where the government's not going to try to, and they're like, I'm seeing Russia, I'm seeing Nigeria, and he's like, well, what about these islands? Like, I really liked that knowledge, like, kind of helped. He's like, hold on, let's look it up. Like, I thought that was a really fun moment where he's like, well, I know, like, I have enough knowledge of this to be able to tell you a fun little tropical place you could go to. Because, like they said, one of my favorite quotes, and this could go in best lines, but time is a tool. I think that was a really good line, because it's true. They always take so long doing all of this shit. And I'm like, what are we waiting for? But it's true. Time is a tool in a way.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Carisi, it felt like after Ali died and he's having his little crisis with Elizabeth, it feels like he's realizing there are problems within the system, right? He was like, I wasn't good enough. I wasn't good as a cop. I'm not doing well now. And then to, like, you know, deal with Deontay, who doesn't want to go back to jail, to see Boyd, who literally got out yesterday and is already getting himself in trouble. The system is broken. And at the end, when Benson suggests he get therapy, and he says, it's not for me, which I got to say something. If a friend of yours is in therapy and suggests it to you, saying that's not for me is a slap in the face.
It's stupid.
It is stupid, but you can believe that. But saying that to your friend is rude as fuck.
Yeah, it was just annoying, because I'm like, we've also seen this a zillion times. I'm bored.
I feel like there have been multiple episodes this season where my takeaway was everyone needs therapy.
Yeah.
And here we are again.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts on this episode before we talk about best lines?
Carisi has a good bagel order. Everything bagel buttoned on both sides. So true. That's what I get too.
All right.
Also, the whole walk-in freezer thing was really interesting.
Okay.
I was like, what? And then, like, they want control of the whole, like, thing. But I was, like, very confused at that at first, honestly.
What do you mean?
Why?
What confused you?
Like, why? Why would they need them in the free to go there?
Oh, so that they are out of their way. They're contained. They're in prison.
Yeah, I understood. But I was like, that's, I don't know. It was a little bit, like, thrown for a second.
I do appreciate that the walk-in freezer at, like, a bodega is, like, chill, not cold.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, a walk-in freezer at a restaurant
Terrifyingly cold.
Yes. Yeah. Like, could kill you.
Yeah.
Interesting. Deanna in the chat says at least Stabler tried. I think she means about therapy. Did he? I'm assuming that's on his show.
Did he go to marriage counseling?
On his show, his wife's dead.
No, I'm talking about SVU. I'm sure they did.
Probably.
I'm sure it was religious based, but
yeah, I feel like, I mean, no, during their, like, split, do you remember when they split?
I literally don't care. Right around when Eli was born, right? Olivia had to help deliver her baby.
Yes. Anyway. Oh, he went to therapy about his mom and dad. Thanks, Deanna.
Well, that's good, probably.
All right, let's do best lines. Best lines. Ooh, this is a new color. I have two.
Go for it.
I think. Okay, so one is you got a big mouth, one more word, and I'll make a second one in the back of your head.
Good one. I was like, get him.
And the other one was Ali when he says, I grew up in a war zone. I'm not going to cower because of some child pointing a gun at me.
I was like, slay. Loved.
Yeah. Yes. I loved those lines. Oh, we've got clarification. Okay, so he did go to therapy on organized crime, but he went to therapy when we found out that his daughter was bipolar. I remember those episodes.
Okay. You're a defense attorney. Why don't you try defending me for a change? Ooh. All right, Mr. Businessman. Got his ass. Fine, bitch, be like that. I was like, Deontay, what is the attitude for? Counselor's got good taste in places to disappear to. I agreed with that. This one made me cry when he was like, I'm sorry I couldn't help your friend. She said, I'm sorry I couldn't help yours. I thought that was so sad. When they were bonding, I thought that was so upsetting to me, but it was a good line. You can stop drilling, counselor. You struck oil. That's an order. You're not my boss anymore. And then finally, I can't believe I spent the whole day in a deli and didn't have a single potato chip. It's upsetting. You had time. You had time. Can you imagine just in the middle of all that him breaking open a bag of chips?
I mean, if they were hungry, yes.
That would have been crazy. That would have been crazy work.
Well, those are some good lines. You caught a bunch of good ones.
Because this is a well-written episode. I like this one.
I was just so, like I said, my notes were very, very few because I was just so invested in the episode.
Yeah.
Amazing. It is time for shower thoughts. So for our friends who are listening in the shower, first of all, thank you. Thank you for listening wherever you are. But if you're listening in the shower, I don't know what it says about me that I appreciate that you listen to us while naked and wet. I don't know what that says, but it says something.
Sure does.
Taylor, do you have any shower thoughts? She's drinking water.
No.
No. How helpful.
Happy holidays.
All right, let's talk about that. First of all, Mara, call me. Second of all,
Mara, you still haven't called her?
Mara still hasn't called me.
It's messed up.
Yeah,
2025 resolution.
Holidays are this week. And usually on Christmas, I like to tell everybody that if you are in a situation at home where you need time away from your family, if you are not out and have to deal with Trump supporters or just bigots in general, I guess those are the same thing. I am reachable on, I guess, Instagram DMs is going to be the best way. I do not celebrate any of the holidays and will be available to chat if you need someone, if you need an escape, if you need something. So I try to do this every year because seriously, I got nothing to do. I'll probably be reading or watching TV. So know that if you need someone on Christmas, I'm around.
I took a really earnest turn.
Yeah, because I do it every year, and I was.
Oh, I like it though. That's really nice.
All right. After I told people I like that they listen to me wet and naked. Yeah.
Your range.
Just like Deontay, I have range.
Range.
All right, it's time for What Did We Learn? I'm so ready.
Well, I learned about the places you wouldn't get sent back to America. Russia, Nigeria, and now I forget the name of the place. It's Solomon Islands, is that right? Solomon Islands or something? Right?
Something like that.
Yeah, so I learned that. I was like, that's interesting.
Well, here's what I learned. First of all, it's non-extradition countries. Second of all, there are a ton of them.
Okay.
Here we go. Montenegro, Morocco, Cambodia, Ecuador, China, Indonesia, Russia, Vatican City, Ethiopia.
I would be going to Vatican City, going into Conclave. No one's seen Conclave yet. Great movie.
Botswana, Colombia, Solomon Islands, yep, Vietnam, and here's one that I think also would have been sufficient, Cuba.
I don't want to go to Vatican City. I think that'd be a crazy thing to do.
There are so many places these people could have chosen from.
Solomon Islands, I like.
Fine. Anyway, that's what I learned. I learned that there were a lot of places.
Yeah.
Any season or climate that you want.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can just travel between those.
Seriously. That's what we learned. Oh man, what a fun episode.
Yeah.
So this brings us up to date. The next new episode is January 16th, and we will return to our normal date and time, right?
I believe so.
That sounds right.
We'll let you know.
Yeah, I guarantee there will be interruptions as we have lives and schedules and works and things. But we love doing this podcast for you guys so much. That is why I was like, hey, Taylor, what if we
let's do it.
Yeah. So thank you for joining us as we caught up. I apologize for us taking so long to do that. That's on me. But this moving to today instead of over the weekend, that's on Taylor, and I'm throwing her under the bus.
Yeah, I was at my grandparents' house. Deal with it.
Hilarious. Okay. Taylor, do you have any Christmas wishes or New Year's resolutions or anything you want to share with us?
My Christmas wish is that you guys will rate us 5 stars on iTunes and leave us a comment. And my resolution is actually a resolution for you guys, which is to rate us on iTunes and leave us a comment.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're really putting that out there.
Yep. It's true.
The comment can be just emojis, to be fair.
Literally anything, as long as it's nice to me.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I don't really care. As long
That's
as it's
true.
to me.
That's fair. Be nice to Taylor. Say whatever you want about me. It's probably true.
Well, I'm an angel.
Alexa says this is setting up more Carisi storylines for sure. Yes, it is clear that's where we're headed. There's a big Carisi season. Comments
below the first look at Releasey Family Dinner are pissed. People are like, why did we build up Elliot and Olivia for years and now we have Releasey everywhere? And it is quite funny.
We're not going to talk about the fact that she calls him Sonny and he calls her Rollins.
No, she calls him Dominic.
At some point she called him Sonny and he called her Rollins.
Oh, well, she definitely called him Dominic, which I thought was like very, like, it's too much for me. I didn't like that. I was like, no. I like that personally because that's what I know them as. And so when they use like the other names, like it freaks me out.
Yeah. He like barely refers to her. He refers to her as Amanda, sometimes 2 other people.
Imagine if he called her Mandy. Ew.
Stop.
She's not a Mandy.
No, but Kim would be. If Kim were named Amanda, she would be Amanda.
Yeah. 100%.
Okay, until January 16th when there is a new episode. Taylor, where are you on the internet?
I'm on Twitter at @alphabet_Ann. I'm also on Instagram at Taylor_Gates_. I'm also at collider.com. So find me there.
Amazing. I am on Instagram at Yael Tygiel. That is YAELTYGIEL. Again on the 25th, 24th, 25th, whenever. If you and your family if you need a moment, if you need someone to talk to, if you're feeling low, find me, message me. I literally have nothing to do. So don't feel like you're interrupting my Christmas, because you're not. I'll see you all on January something, after the January 16th episode.
Girl.
All right. Bye, everybody. Happy New Year.